y'all, it's V. I wanted to come on here to talk a bit about the video I posted recently regarding my weight loss healing journey. I ended up receiving a few questions regarding that, and I was thinking making a video might be helpful to help clarify some things and answer questions that maybe other people may have as well. So with that said, one of the questions that I ended up getting asked was, how do I motivate myself to go? I don't have motivation. What I really wanted to explain and touch upon is the mind and how the brain and the body does not like change. When your mind and body get so used to doing something, especially for a long time, it becomes habit and is ingrained in your system. There's this thing in the brain called neural pathways that send signals to different parts of the brain and the body on what and how to do stuff. So the longer you've been doing something, the stronger those neural pathways are. That's why when people first start new habits, like working out, for example, it's difficult because the body and the brain literally go, what the H are you doing? Why are you doing something different? Go back to the thing that we were doing before. I like that. That felt better. That felt safe. So the mind and the body resist change as a protective mechanism. This is from an evolutionary standpoint. But the brain is malleable, especially before 25. And the brain is very capable of creating new neural pathways. When you start new habits, doing things differently, learning new information, etc., new neural pathways are created in the brain. The more you repeat those habits, those things, that information, the stronger those neural pathways become, especially if it's done over time. With all of this said, it has been scientifically studied and proven. It takes about 30 days to start forming a habit, 60 days for it to become a habit, and then 90 days for it to be set in stone. That is why everyone always says consistency and discipline are key, because it's true. Literally, from a scientific psychological standpoint, it is necessary for you to repeat those things in order for your mind to get used to it, for your body to get used to it. With all this information given, your motivation will waver. There will be days where you will not want to do the thing. You're going to want to stop it. You're going to want to go back to your old ways. I remember there were so many points throughout my journey where I didn't want to go to work out. I was getting off work late. I was tired. There were days where I just didn't want to do it. And I just wanted to go home. But the reason why I was able to keep going was because I took the time to establish those new routines. And that was when, in those moments that would happen, that's when consistency and the discipline came in. Because yeah, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go. I didn't feel like it. I didn't want to, but I still went. Why? Because I was disciplined within my mind, and I told myself I'm going to be disciplined and consistent and committed to me, which is why I was able to keep going. People tend to start off strong because of all the motivation and all the drive that's making them feel excited. But then there's a plateau that hits, or progress ain't happening fast enough the way they want. And that's when people start giving up or quitting completely because the motivation is gone. But like I said before, this is where consistency and discipline come in. Because after repeating those new habits over time, those new neural pathways that are forming in your brain are becoming stronger and stronger, and eventually will become established in your mind. Then inevitably you as a person will change because these new habits will eventually become who you are. It just takes time. So overall though, the biggest thing with any new habit, I'm going to keep saying weight loss as an example. So the biggest thing with any new habit, weight loss is to be disciplined with yourself and consistent. Consistency is key, if I'm being completely honest with you. That, and knowing that this process will take time. It's not an overnight fix. It takes time, consistency, and dedication and discipline to start seeing results. And when you do, that's awesome. The biggest thing to remember, though, is if you want to maintain and keep those results, a lifestyle change will be needed. A mindset change will be needed. So if you are basically starting this process now, where you are making the decision, I want to do this for myself, great, you're already at a great start. Because keep in mind, the mind is very, very powerful. You are the creator of your reality, and you have the power to decide what it is you want to do, who it is you want to be, and how you're going to do it. You have the power to make those decisions. You just have to set your mind to it. So with that said, getting started is always the hardest part. I'm going to repeat it again. It is so hard getting started. Why? Because the body and mind do not like change. And that's just normal. It's biology. And that is okay. But once you do get started and you take it day by day, it will get easier. It takes about 2 weeks to start feeling a difference, 4 weeks to start seeing a difference, and then 8 weeks for others to see a difference. So that is why consistency, discipline, you gotta really be on it, and you gotta really be committed to yourself. So with all that said, don't get me wrong. It is okay to have bad days or bad weeks even. It's okay to fall off. It's okay to relapse to old habits that no longer serve you. Why? Well, because again, change is really hard. So give yourself lots and lots of grace and compassion and kindness during this process. Reach out to others for help and do your very best to establish these new routines for yourself. I'd recommend having a buddy, like reaching out for help, have a buddy, a friend, a trainer, a coach, a mentor, whoever it is, but find someone to help keep you on track and to hold you accountable, because it helps so much to have someone there supporting you and pushing you forward, especially on those days where you really just ain't feeling it. I promise you, having support makes a difference. So much. There's only so much you can do on your own. So reach out for help, especially if it's something very new to you or very challenging for you. But keep in mind, challenges are opportunities for growth. So with all of that said, if you're really serious about making change, starting new habits, starting something new like working out, for example, then do your very best to learn about your body, learn about your mind, and learn about what your body and mind need, and to stay consistent with these new things you're doing for yourself. The mind is incredibly powerful and the body is extremely resilient. So you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. Literally anything you set your mind to. Because you've done it before with other things in your life. So you can definitely do it again. Do your best to visualize who you desire to be in 6 months from now, or even a year from now. Do your very best to close your eyes, imagine it in your mind's eye, and visualize that person. Who they are, what their habits are, what their routines are, how they think, how they communicate, the people they interact with, the life they live, how they behave, etc. Do your very best to visualize that person. And then do your very best to show up as them, because they've been there within you all along. You just got to do your very best to tell yourself, hey, this is me. They are within me right now. They're just waiting to come out. Because if you can see it in your mind's eye, then you can definitely bring it into your reality. You just need to believe. And also reminding yourself, I made this decision for a reason. I'm staying committed to myself. I made this decision and I'm going to keep this promise for me. Why? Because I love myself. So do your very best to keep that all in mind. All in all, it's no quick fix and things do take time. But I promise you, once you get over that big hurdle of just starting, once you start and then you stay with it, over time, it will get easier. You just gotta trust the process. So yeah, things take time, but I have so much faith in you, and hey, I can be there to support you and cheer you on along your journey, because at the end of the day, I feel like support from others is the biggest thing that really helps. So yeah, I'm going to leave it off at that because there is so much more info I can give. But I'm gonna leave it at that for now, so that way it's not too much information overload. But I really hope what I said helps you. And just remember, you got this. You can do anything you set your mind to. You just gotta believe in yourself. I believe in you. So yeah, I wish you the best.